set this up in a weekend, so...
Really?
Yeah. I mean...
See, I've actually got very little DIY skill, so...
Well, I'll have to come and do it for you.
Yes, that's a good collab, isn't it?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hi everyone, George here. Very excited. I am at MD Fish Tank's place, fellow aquascaping YouTuber. Just pulled up to his place, go knock on his door in a minute and hopefully get a really cool full tour of all his fish tanks, all his aquascapes, and I'll do an interview whilst we're looking at them, and yeah, it should be really great fun. Really hope you enjoy it, guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you do enjoy it, subscribe if you haven't already, and subscribe to Mark as well if you haven't already, because some great content, really cool guy, and yeah, can't wait to share the journey with you guys. Mark.
Hello.
How you doing, mate? Nice. Good to meet you, George.
You too.
Say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Thanks for inviting me.
No problem.
Oh wow, what can we see here? Just dive straight in, shall we?
Yeah, why not?
So yeah, this is what, 3 foot, 4 foot?
Yeah.
So how many litres?
It is 220, I think.
No CO2?
No CO2.
No fertilisers?
No, not yet.
These discus look beautiful. Do you have soft water?
Yep, soft water here.
Straight from the tap?
Yeah, from the tap. I let it sit actually. I don't add conditioner because I just let the water sit and get to room temperature before adding it in. Normally I do a water change every couple of weeks, about 30 to 40% on this tank.
Okay.
Obviously when I was younger I used to do it more often, but nowadays I don't really need to do it any more often than that.
That sword's beautiful in the back, isn't it?
Yeah, I sort of put it there so that it covers up, because there's an internal filter, as you can see from the side there.
Oh yeah.
And I use that to polish the water and just to make sure that...
so you've got external as well as an internal, yeah?
Yeah, external there is 1,000 litres per hour, I think.
Okay, 1,000 litres per hour, very nice.
Yeah.
And you've got some rummy nose, they're looking gorgeous. Obviously loving your soft water. Some real big fat cardinals, love these.
Well, they get I don't feed them separate from the discus, so they get extra, if you like.
Yeah. Some flame touchers as well. Yeah, very nice.
Full flame touchers. I don't like to go too heavy on the stocking. I think there's just enough here now. You don't want to.
Yeah, I mean it's always a balance, isn't it, between the harmony of the plants and the fish.
Yeah. I used to have more, but I just. Yeah, I don't really.
Can we put the room light on so we can see it? It's a great feature for the room, isn't it? Do you mind if I show the viewers the rest of your room?
Fine, you carry on, yeah.
So you've got that sitting area. What's your cat's name?
That's Tiny.
Tiny. Hello, Tiny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so obviously we've got sort of oak styling with our television unit and oak side table. So I wanted to incorporate the tank to be part of the furniture rather than just sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, matches really lovely.
It keeps the wife happy as well then, so.
That's half the battle, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can have a fish tank as long as it matches.
Keep your partner happy, then you've won.
Yeah.
Ah, that's lovely, mate. Really nice.
Yeah, it's not anything complicated. So I don't, like I say, I don't do a lot to the tank apart from the water changes, and every now and again I'll re-sieve the gravel, the sand at the front to take out any gravel and aqua soil that's worked its way forward.
Yeah.
But other than that, and just trimming back the stems, I mainly use this tank to grow as a nursery really for the stems, so I can place them in all my other tanks.
Okay.
So if I get new plants as well, I just drop them in the front and let them sit there and grow for a little bit.
Okay, so they adapt.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like a grow out tank then.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
that's a good idea. So how long have you been a fish keeper?
About a year and a half now.
Seriously, you've only been keeping aquariums a year and a half.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you get into it?
You.
Me?
Yeah, you and ADA and Green Machine. I knew I wanted to do this. I saw your videos and I saw all the other videos online, and I thought I can't be that hard, and so I just started doing it, and it was hard and I made lots of mistakes.
Yeah, well, the best way to learn is to make mistakes.
Yeah, made lots of mistakes, but eventually, I started to learn what plants work well with my water.
Yeah.
And I just stuck with those, and
good.
You won't find any complicated or like difficult to grow plants in my tanks, because I just don't I just don't choose them.
No, well, do you know what? I'm the same as that because although I have fairly high-tech equipment, you know, the ability to grow most plants, I just prefer the classics. You know, Java Fern, Crypts, Bucophalandra, Nevius, all easy, all slow growing.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you know, if you like the look of it, then there's no need to go for the more advanced stuff.
No. What I do like about the sword at the back is when I do get new leaves come, they just pop through really red, and it's kind of making me think that in that corner there, it might be nice at some point to pick something more red.
Yeah.
But the lighting isn't massive.
Is it T5 lights?
No,
or?
they're just LED floodlights.
Oh wow! And you use these a lot on a lot of your tanks, I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
so they're 20 watt. They're 6,400 Kelvin.
Okay, so like a daylight spectrum.
They cost about £12 on Amazon, or
£12. There you go.
Yeah,
So you got £24. So that's what, 35 bucks. That's really really nice, mate. I love it.
Yeah, it's nice and simple.
Nice community vibe going on. Yeah. Okay, shall we?
Yeah.
I know you've got more tank.
A few more.
I've seen your videos. So how long have you been doing YouTube?
Properly since Christmas.
Wow, so you're going really well. So you're on 22,000 subscribers?
23 and a half now. Yeah, so this is my my new reef tank. I just wanted to venture into something a little bit different. I've always wanted one, but the cost is what scared me.
Yeah.
But then I thought, you know what, I've done everything else in a sort of DIY fashion, why not do the same with this? So I just bought the tank, the Opti-White tank separate on its own, which you can get from All Pond Solutions. Costs 75 quid, which is
cheap, isn't it? Good quality as well as silicone works great.
Yeah, it's all good. Made the hood, made the cabinet as well.
You made all this yourself, DIY?
Yeah. It's not great joinery, but it more than does the job. So
it's better than I could do, mate. So what lighting have you got?
Okay, so these are bulbs. Just Edison bulbs. I've got two full spectrum.
So you've done like a DIY sort of luminaire.
Yeah, I've just put them over this board so I can angle them and whatnot.
And these, where are these from, these bulbs?
It's Luxbird lights.
Luxbird.
Yeah, so they've given me these to try out. I've got another proper unit coming, but I thought, you know, give these a go. I'm always one to just
do the job,
do the best you can with what you've got, sort of thing. So yeah.
So let's talk about this. So you've got live rock in here?
Yeah, it's all live rock. I got it all from...
Is it all like mature?
Yeah, it's been in the tubs at Watermark in Bridgewater for over a year, this lot had.
Wow,
so,
that's lucky to get that.
Yeah, so they don't get a lot of people buying the live rock because obviously it can be quite expensive. So
and you've got some macroalgae in here, I've noticed.
Yeah.
So most reef keepers would be going, get rid of that.
I love it, yeah.
I love it too. I think you should keep it.
I'm gonna get more and more and just keep it going. And then, because one of the first things people said to me, they said straight away, you want that out of your tank, it's going to take over your tank. And I'm seeing it doesn't grow as fast as plants, and I'm used to trimming plants. So
yeah, it will start when it gets established. It can be quite quick. But I don't know if you knew, I did a macroalgae scape with Bangor cardinal fish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice actually. I really enjoyed it. And the great thing about macroalgae is it's a nutrient export. So you've got no skimmer on here.
No.
Have you?
No, I've got a surface skimmer that I don't really need on at the moment.
Yeah.
I switch it on when if I get a bit of cloudiness, but
you've got no kind of the only nutrient export you've got is either the biological filtration from the rock, because like the areas where it's super no flow, you'll get denitrification hopefully, but it might not. It depends. But the macroalgae, what I'm saying, is very helpful.
Yeah,
and it's going to boost oxygen levels.
Well, so.
There is a risk it can crash. I don't know if you heard of it going asexual. Have you heard of this?
No.
Okay.
This is all new to me, so yeah. I was just learning as I go. So tell me. So
basically, if the macroalgae really starts to struggle, it can basically like melt. It's a bit like crypt melt.
Yeah.
If it goes basically too low on nutrients.
Okay.
So it's just something to keep an eye out for. The clowns are cute, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, that's Mino and Elsa.
That's funny, Mino.
That's because my son can't. He's only 2 and he doesn't say Mino properly.
I love the way it fits in with your room though. So you've got the your white decor, and then the white cabinet, etc. That's great.
Yeah, so like I say, it's best if you want a tank in your house, you've got to keep the wife happy and.
It's got to fit in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, should we move on?
Yeah, so
where do we go now? Is this the infamous shed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Nice garden for the kids.
Garden's nice. I think S is begging for a massive pond, maybe.
Yeah.
Future project.
One day,
Look at all this real estate you're not using.
Maybe that back corner or something.
Yeah.
I think if I did do a pond, it wouldn't be your box pond. It would be a fully sort of, you know, environmental.
Like a like a natural feature. Yeah, nice. So this is your. Let's just take a look at it from the outside.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, we got lights off.
So this is Marc's kind of shed that he's converted into a fish room. I can't wait to see inside. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, we're all on.
Yeah?
Yeah, the lights go off at 9, so I run all my tanks. My lights run for 15 hours, but 9 o'clock.
15 hours?
Yeah, every single tank.
It's true.
Hours. But yeah, this is the.
Oh, that's amazing! Look at this, guys. This is the first time I've seen this. This is incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't realise you had so many tanks.
Well, neither did I until I counted them.
How many have you got?
1, 2, about 12, I think. Yeah, 12.
Wow.
But you know, that's including small ones, and you know.
I struggle to run 4.
I don't run them though; they run them. So I set tanks up so that they run themselves. I don't even clean the glass. So
wow.
I have, obviously, because I knew you was coming, but I didn't really need to.
This is a. Can I show you this one? I know this is a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine. That's not a problem at all. I haven't edited any video yet. I've just filmed.
This is a sneak preview then, because I'm going to hopefully get this up tonight. This is amazing. Yeah. So this is the floodlight we're talking about.
Again, the same floodlight that was in on the discus tank. Only had 2 of them, obviously.
How many watts was it again?
20 watts. LED. 6,400 Kelvin.
Just a few quid.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you've got some terrestrial fern here.
Yeah, so that's Boston fern.
Boston fern.
I will get some die off because when you take it out of its compost and put it into, I make little packets out of, see down in there, little packets out of filter floss, and I put inside there some aqua soil. And a bit of gravel as well,
nice.
Plus a little bit of the compost that they come in. You don't want too much because obviously you'll just get massive organics into your water column. And you will, technically, where you split them, you will get some daft leaves, but that's just part of the process.
Yeah.
The ones behind are fully established and they've been there for a while, so you can see how they do really well.
Look at those in a minute.
Yeah.
So this is not a. What tank is it?
Yeah. So it's not a fish tank. It's a terrapin. They call it a terrapin, but for us we call them turtles. But yeah, it's a terrapin tank, and it did have like a dock in there and a plastic surround sort of thing.
Right.
I removed all of that because I know that it does really well as a shallow tank, and then I built this little bit at the back out of perspex and painted it black just to make sure that all the water stays in the tank. If there was any failure of any equipment, it's not going to go anywhere but in the tank. Yeah,
it's really impressive. I love this out of water, inside the water thing.
I was sort of going for like the edge of a river. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
That's the look I was trying to create, and I like that you can just
look at the underwater section. So you got some white cloud mountain minnows.
Yeah, they're some of my favourite fish.
Yeah, they're so underrated. They're so underrated as
well.
And
they are Endler guppy fry. They are
right.
The adults are no longer with me actually, but I keep them out here. They're fine. You know, the temperature-wise is fine as well.
Yeah.
We're in the summer at the moment, but there will be a heater in here when the temperature starts to drop. But yeah, and then there's
got some corridors.
Well. Yeah,
they look really nice.
Some cherries as well.
Some cherry shrimp.
Yeah, there's one nice coloured up and down there.
Yeah.
There was a few buried as well, but I put them in another tank so that I can make sure that I'm gonna.
And all these are just plant cuttings from existing tanks.
All of them are trimmings. I've got loads more down below, but I'm going to do something below as well. Just keep them in a bowl. Yeah, why not? Does the job.
Yeah.
Till I come to use them.
Great, it's really cool, man. Really cool. And let's talk about your shed. So this is like insulation, is it?
Yeah,
like expanded polystyrene?
About an inch thick.
And you painted it black, obviously.
Everywhere, and then it's skinned on certain areas as well, where I wanted to keep it tidy behind.
It's so neat. I love. It's so neat and tidy and well finished. It's really impressive. Very professional looking. The whole impression is really, really lovely.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it somewhere that's like actually workable, but also like kind of a gallery, but not like, you know, pristine. It is today, obviously.
That's great. And this is the bowl that you smashed me completely in the competition.
It's doing quite well. Some of the plants that I put in there were brand new, so they're actually changing, you know, but
This is like a clip-on LED.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it LED or fluorescent?
It was fluorescent, but I changed the bulbs to be 6,500 Kelvin because I just find that colour is better. LED bulbs to put in the energy efficient as well. I think it's 4 watts.
Wow.
And plus, obviously, it's a good level of light that I don't get. I won't get any algae in that tank. I know I won't now. I won't even need to clean the glass. I will, but yeah, I won't need to.
And you run these on a 15-hour photo period?
Yeah, every single tank here.
Wow.
Even the discus one inside, and not obviously the marine one. That's a bit more complicated.
All right, well let's have a quick look at these then. So this is like a Flexi M sort of size tank, is it?
Yeah.
And has it got? Oh, it's got the Flexi M light as well.
Yeah,
so
that's
cool.
I got those from Maidenhead Aquatics.
And all the guys that are watching this, you can check all these out on your channel, right?
Yeah, every single one's got videos, except for the one you just filmed.
Awesome. And so you've got the Wigia Palustris.
Yeah. So obviously all of these are this is no filter in this tank.
No filtration, no CO2,
no ferts,
no
heater,
no heater.
It's just water and a light.
It's crazy. And is that substrate what, just sand?
No. So it's underneath there. It's a mixture of like a gravel, sand. In fact, if you look behind here, George, this bowl, you can see what it is. It's basically this. It's nothing special because I've had people messaging me saying the only reason your tanks do so well is this magic mix that I put in the bottom, but it's just aqua soil, a bit of gravel, a bit of sand. That's all it is. But it just gives it a bit of nutrients, and then capping it with the sand so that it looks a bit tidier. So sometimes I want the soil, but you know, this one's obviously, this is my high tech, if you like, tank.
So this has got a filter on it.
Yeah, it's got a little filter. This filter costs about £5–6 from Amazon.
That's crazy.
It's Chinese stuff, but it does the job really well. It's quiet look, and then it's got DIY CO2. So I'm going for like a
yeast mix with sugar.
Yeah, just yeast and sugar. And so I was trying to simulate what the difference was. Put them two side by side. So a high tech, DIY high tech, give it that, and no tech. So this one's 2 months old, mind you, and this one here is only, well, not even about a month actually now.
Yeah, you can see the difference, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, time-wise,
but it's still beautiful. You know, it's still lovely.
It's different styles, I suppose.
Yeah.
This is literally, I trimmed this yesterday because the whole thing, you'll see in a future video coming up, the whole thing was just full of plants. I deliberately let it get that way so I could make nice trimmings, because that's all the new growth of those plants. There was half and half of old growth. So
really impressive. This is one of my favourites.
So this was the first Aqua Terrarium. This is sort of where I learned my trade, if you like, with this, what to do in the future one that you just saw at the top there. But yeah, it's got some nice pearl danios. I've recently added those. It's just had 2 fish in there for a long time.
Yeah. 2
of these white clouds.
Just love the naturalistic look to it. You know, the mixture of the sand, the stone.
Yeah.
Like they're just. Even you typically say that was ugly moss, but it just fits in nicely.
That's actually terrestrial moss.
Is it really?
Yeah, so I wanted to do it as an experiment, see how it grows, and I like how natural it looks. So
Yeah,
I left it.
Agreed. Yeah, I love it.
Again, you could pretty up this bottom bit, but I like it just looking rough, if you like. I just like.
Who's got a cheap hanger with that filter?
Yeah, same one that's up the top on the high tech, if you like. And then
there's Boston Fern again.
I drilled a hole in this rock here and placed an airline tube in the back, and then it comes down to a tiny little 100 litre an hour. No, not even that. It's tiny. It's whatever. It's a tiny little micro pump just to get that water going through.
Yeah, that's great. You're just creating enough moisture there to keep the mosses going.
It carries the moss. The moss carries the water everywhere.
Wicks it, doesn't it? To kill the reaction.
Yeah, so yeah, nice.
It's really lovely, mate. Absolutely lovely. And then you've got a little cube here, is it, or just a bit taller than the cube?
This is the most successful tank on my channel. This was literally chuck some plants in and show people that you don't have to have. This is my first no filter tank.
Yeah.
It's kind of where I learned everything. But the hair grass has gone nuts there. Look, it's
crazy, isn't it? So people like always struggle with hair grass, and then you're just like doing it with no effort at all.
Yeah, the people are going to ask. So this is just aqua soil, and then the sand underneath. And the reason I put the sand underneath is when I first setting it up, I found it was easier to lock in hair grass into the sand than the aqua soil. Kept wanting to float up.
Is this ADA aqua soil?
No, it's Tropica.
Tropica. So it's Tropica, because there is a difference. I really like this. It's just so naturalistic. Literally, it bungs some plants in there with some Tropica soil.
Yeah. I use it as a grow up for these fry as well. So just some guppy fry.
But a bit of a disclaimer, guys. Mark does have super soft water out of his tap, which does give you a lot more chance CO2 is more accessible in softer water, even just background levels of CO2. You probably would struggle to do this kind of thing in a harder water setup, I would suggest. Okay, let's move on to this lovely
so after
Aqua Terrarium.
I did another Aqua Terrarium for my better fish, who is being stubborn and hiding at the moment, but he's in there.
He's scared. He's scared of Nimrod. He knows Nimrod's the daddy.
There he is. Come on, boy. This is Captain Redbeard.
I wonder who'd win out of him and Nimrod in a fight.
I don't think we should.
We're not going to find out.
I mean, obviously, historically, that's how arguments were settled, but not in this country. But yeah, so
moving on.
George versus MD.
George versus Mark. I think you'd win. You've got much bigger arms than I have.
No, I mean fish battles, not
real battles.
Yeah. So this moss, actually, when I first got it, it's a terrestrial moss as well. There's a river around the corner. I just scrape it off some rocks, basically.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But it was much longer, and it's actually adapted differently to obviously lower light.
Yeah.
And I really like this sort of finer textured stuff.
It's great, isn't it?
And so it is the filter as well, technically, because the pump behind is just a pump. There's no filter floss.
Yeah.
So you can see there it's filtering out bad particles or waste, but it's actually obviously using it as food as well. So
it's great.
It just works really well.
I really love the way you're using nature to do a lot of the filtration. You know, you're not relying on high tech.
No.
You know, filters or really heavy, quick plant growth or anything like this. It's just.
Yeah,
it's really nice. It must be really nice, and you don't have the noise either. Because if you're in my gallery, I've only got 4 tanks, but it's relatively noisy compared to in here because I'm running like big filters. You know, I've got fans on the LED lights on the Kessels, for instance. The Fluval Flex has got quite a noisy filter.
So we get better noise.
Perfect. There you go. Awesome.
Yeah, so obviously my viewers, this is the video of this tank here I released yesterday. So
this is the biggest one you've got in here at the moment.
Biggest one at the moment, yes. It's pretty much similar planting to what everything else, but I wanted to try it on a bigger scale because obviously everything's been nano tank so far for no filter. I just wanted to know if it could be done on a bigger scale, and it's just going really well. There's normally more floating plants than this, I'll be honest.
Right, okay.
I've taken some out just so that you can see it a bit better. When I film, I take a bit out. And
what, you're using duckweed and salvinia?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Eventually I want just duckweed, but trying to separate them at the moment is a pain. So.
Yeah, that's a job. Why just duckweed?
I don't know, it's like the finer textures more than the bulkiness. Because the salvinia's got a lot thicker sort of, you know, roots that come down into the water, whereas the duckweed is just more subtle. I just think it looks better. But I'll probably just keep the 2 anyway, because that would be horrible.
I quite like the 2, the way they mix, the blend.
Yeah.
And this little one in the corner?
No, this is a tiny little desk one, so when I'm sat here doing my editing, this was a project that I just had this glass vase is from IKEA, and I just had it sat there, and I was like, oh, I've got some soil, had a few trimmings, had a bit of wood, just stuck it in and filmed it.
That's great.
But it's actually going crazy because all of these, I don't even know what these are called, George. What is that plant?
Is it Micranthum?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
But about 2 weeks ago, it was down here, so you can see how quickly it's growing. There's nothing. All I've got in this tank is a few cherry shrimp, but they're doing well.
It's awesome, mate. So this is a kind of view from your.
Yeah, it's my perspective when I'm editing. Yeah. It's quite cool down here. You can see. So yeah, so there's nothing stocked really, apart from a single white cloud at the moment on this large tank. And I just put him in there just to make sure that, or him or her in there, just to make sure that the water was good, and he's doing really well. So I'll start stocking it soon. What does everyone think I should stock it with is the question, I guess, because I don't even know myself.
Yeah. There you go, guys. Let us know in the comments, what should Mark stock this? What size is it in volume? Is it 60 centimetres?
70 centimetres.
Oh, 70.
I think it's 30 in depth and about 40 in height.
Okay.
So it's about 100 litres, I think.
So 25 gallons.
Yeah, about that.
I'd put more white clouds in there. I think they look lovely.
Yeah, they are my favourite. But I mean, if I've got white clouds in every single tank, it's not much variety.
Look at this shrimp here. It's like a wild type.
Yeah. When I put him in there, he had eggs, She had eggs, sorry. There's none on her now. So
you've got some.
So I'm hoping.
Babies,
Yeah,
might that amino shrimp might eat them.
Well, they doesn't tend to stop in my other tank. So
okay.
But you know, there's only one doing it.
So I'm really impressed, mate. I kind of knew a little bit what to expect because I've obviously seen your videos, but I didn't realise you had so many tanks, and I didn't realise how well laid out it is. It's really, really good.
Of course, this is the next project as well. This is going to be my toughest challenge yet. So I'm going to go for a full sort of ADA style nature aquarium, but in my way with no filter, you know, no first, no CO2 and no heater, and just see what really push the boundaries of that and see what I can try and achieve.
So what you're going to try and grow like a tight carpet, or
I might go for sand front, but I'm going to do proper dense planting behind. You know, really just make it look the best I can. It's never going to be like what you'd expect top end, because there's no filter and there's, you know, there isn't other stuff. But I think I can do even better than I have done. So why not just push it as far as I think I can with the skills that I've learned so far.
Yeah, onwards and upwards, mate.
And I just love really doing it, so that's the main thing.
And how do you find the time for this? Because you've got a full-time job as well.
I just trained myself to sleep less. So I probably...
Literally.
I normally finish editing if I'm doing like 2 or 3 videos a week. I normally finish editing about 12, 1 o'clock. And I'm up at 4 sometimes, so like,
wow. Just
got used to it. And I found that, you know, if I go to bed when I really need to go to bed, you're straight into a deep sleep. Yeah. When you get up, I just feel fresh, and also I'm excited all the time. This is exciting for me, so yeah, it's quite easy just to do it. It's
quite addictive as well, isn't it? Especially when you see, you know, you're obviously getting really good growth on YouTube and great comments and great feedback.
Yeah, that is.
And this is really motivating as well, I think.
Yeah, it's nice to know that other people are enjoying what I'm doing.
Yeah,
as much as I am. So.
Well, you've inspired lots of people, including me, mate. So yeah, I'm really, really impressed.
Yeah, that's great to hear as well.
And frankly, I'm a little bit jealous that you've got such a cool little shed.
I set this up in a weekend, so...
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
see, I've actually got very little DIY skill, so...
Well, I'll have to come and do it for you.
Yes, that's a good collab, isn't it?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, guys, there you go. A epic Meet the Scaper with Marc, MD Fish Tanks. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Get inspired by his awesome creations, most of them low tech, no CO2, no filter, and really beautiful, mate. I'm really impressed. I'm a bit taken aback, to be honst. So thanks for inviting me over, mate.
No problem at all.
I've got a question for you. Which is your favourite scape, and
why?
and why? That's the most important question.
That's right.
So thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment, like I said, which is your favourite scape and why, and don't forget to subscribe to Marc. Thanks, mate.
Cheers. Cheers, George.
Keep on scaping.